think I'm starting to realize that when I don't come on here for a long time, I'm starting to miss a part of myself. Like this is wiring my brain in ways. Life has been lifing. We've been observing, we've been feeling, we've been experiencing, we've been processing. And today I am here with some new insights, some new thoughts, not really new, things that I'm probably recycling, but maybe wording in a different way because we mature, we go deeper, we unveil new layers. And yeah, I don't know. There's always new things to be experienced, which I really like. And it allows me to actually come back to things that I've been saying on this channel for years, but just breathe new life into it and talk from a more nuanced and understanding perspective. Today, as you can read by the title of the video, I want to talk about the importance of living life for ourselves first. And I know this is such a very cliche thing, and this is something that we hear so many times. Live for you, choose your own path, go against the grain, don't listen to what society says, be unique, whatever, all that stuff. But sometimes it just doesn't click. Like, I feel like there's a lot of moments in life where we can hear a lot of knowledge and we learn things and we can understand things mentally, logically, it makes sense. But until we have certain experiences, until we reach a certain point of maturity and understanding, we can't really grasp it in a way that we're like, whoa. I did not know how many things and steps and how many layers were behind this saying and what this truly means and who I am supposed to be to embody this and how much pain and actually difficulties lie behind it. If something sounds too easy, we probably don't fully realize or fully understand the ways in which it manifests in a way. I don't know if that's the right word, but every seed of knowledge has so many layers to it and it goes deeper. And even if I talk about this today, maybe in 10 years, it has a whole other meaning to it that we can't even understand yet, right? That's the beauty about information. That's the beauty about life. But let's get into it. I'm just in a place right now where life is just so interesting, very interesting place. Think maybe, I don't know about you guys, but I feel kind of like isolated in a weird sense. Like, not necessarily that I'm not seeing anyone, that I'm home all the time, but it's just so concentrated on my own life, very about my business, very minding my own business, very focused, very little noise, just really peaceful, calm, just being able to observe, assess life, see whatever is going on, and not really trying to rush into something or trying to look for a way to escape the current place, accepting the present and being very present in this current reality and enjoying the ride, basically. Enjoying the view, like a very dramatic train ride as a main character kind of thing. And in this place where we're just very peaceful, to live slowly, to just mind my business, you just realize, like, everyone has their own issues. As a person that used to be very emotionally triggerable, if that is a word, that used to really ride on, I don't know if ride is the right word, but as a person that was deeply hurt by seeing the world's pain, that was constantly feeling let down, that constantly saw the worst in the world, that was so tired of everything always going wrong, and why are we always the victim, and why can no one hear us, and why aren't we being saved? At some point, you come to a place in life where you're just like, okay, we're tired of being the victim. We're tired of just crying over spilled milk. We're tired of just always complaining about always seeing the bad in life. Okay, life is tough. Shit happens. We all have our issues. They're not gonna go away. It is what it is. Deal with it. Life's tough. Wear a helmet. Basically. When you come in this place where you just truly realize, you're like, you know what? Who am I to cry? Because everyone has their bullshit. Everyone has problems. Everyone has difficulties. Everyone has pain. Everyone is fighting battles that we don't know about. Some people are just loud about it and some people just suck it up. That's honestly the difference. Some people choose to focus on themselves and to deal with their problems, to look for solutions, to appreciate what is going right, because there's not one person. I'm sorry. I don't believe that there's one person in this world that cannot name one blessing in their life. Not one. If that is so, if you believe in a higher power, if you believe in God, that might be very insulting to God, because God knows if you woke up this morning, you have at least that to be grateful for. You can breathe. I don't know, you can see. Did you have food? Did you sleep somewhere? Like there are always things to be grateful about. So focusing on everything going wrong, it almost feels like a very selfish thing to do. Okay, why am I feeling like I'm going to get canceled from this video? I'm just being very blunt and honest today. Okay? It's done with the bullshit, okay? We all are dealing with our problems. And at some point, when we realize that we're all dealing with our problems, we also start to take responsibility for our own problems. But with that, and with also not expecting other people to fix your life and just doing what you know is right for you, there comes also this realization that when you choose your own path, when you do what is right for you, when you just start to focus on yourself, do what feels good for you, choose the path that you want to take, and even if it doesn't make sense to other people, what has been very, not shocking, but what has been very interesting is how all of a sudden you're going to make people feel certain ways, and people are going to feel like you are responsible for fixing their problems, that you are the solution to their emotional turmoil, that you should change to make them feel better, that you should adapt to their needs. That was something that I was not prepared for, that I did not yet understand. It's how much resistance there would be to living a life that feels good for you, to doing what feels right for you, even when it doesn't make sense to anyone else. People are going to try you if there's no other way to say it. And look, I don't believe in good or bad. I don't believe in fully blaming other people or only seeing external factors as the problem. Because as I said, I really think that the world is a mirror of us. So if someone if I feel like a lot of resistance, or if I feel like I'm being judged a lot, or if I feel like, very uncomfortable, I always like to see it as a me problem. Is that the independence? Is that the taking responsibility for my issues? Exactly. I would say, you know what? Maybe this is telling me that I'm still learning to care less, give less fucks, let go even more. And that is also not, because I'm not going to say now that someone else is responsible for making me feel that way, right? I just focus on what is within my control, what is my feelings, my behavior, my actions, my thoughts. Very liberating lifestyle. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The thing about this world and moving into a space where I'm letting go more of the need to tend to other people's needs or expectations of me, of my life. I think that we grow up with so many people already expecting things of us, already having dreams for us, already kind of nudging us into a certain direction. And some do it consciously, some are not even aware of it. It can be in the slightest reactions that subconsciously we already project certain ideas about people, or that we want and need certain people in certain places in our lives. And when they don't react the way they want, maybe we are acting a little bit different or shady, or that things can feel a bit weird, which is okay, but I just feel like that is something that we can be aware of, and it is something that will naturally come up. It's something that you will naturally experience from people far from you, but also especially from the people closest to you, is that you will just start to feel that people are questioning you because you might not, or you might no longer be controllable. You're not really fitting into the box that they were trying to put you in. And I feel like a lot of the times in this society, the love that we learn is we have a very boxed in idea of love, very on paper, very limited. And we try to control the people we love. And I feel like they actually teach us a very abusive concept of love in practice. We love people as long as they behave the way we expect them to do. We love people as long as they tend to our needs of the ideas that we have of love and our relationships. And that's okay if you feel that way. I just don't know if I agree to that kind of love, because it's just a very limiting and it's a very suffocating feeling, and it doesn't allow people to change. And I'm all for change and growth and adventure, I guess. The difficulty for me with that was also that people expect you to constantly tend to their needs, pour into what they want from you, and neglect yourself. And I think that neglecting yourself is one of the worst things you can do, probably, because at the end of the day, we came here alone. In my experience as well, I've noticed that the deepest moments of truth happen in solitude. It's when you're really able to sit with yourself, no judgment, no mask. You can be yourself fully. That's when the true feelings come up, when you understand. And usually there's no one there to tend to your feelings. There's no one there to show you the love that you need. So I feel like life requires us truly to be our own source of love and to be one of our own closest companions, and not just live life disconnected from our own heart and mental space, but really tune and tap into ourselves and ask ourselves, what do I need? What do I want? How do I feel? So that we can, based on those moments of connection with our inner self, navigate and redirect and show up for ourselves in the ways that we need to. Because whenever we are neglecting ourselves, and this happens subconsciously a lot, that's why I find it very important to have these moments of inner reflection and just taking time for stillness and reconnect with yourself. When we do not take the time to connect with ourselves, to talk with ourselves, to tap in, tune in, and to really take a pause from life, from the rat race, and ask yourself, okay, how am I feeling about this? Where do I want to go? What do I not want? What did I learn? What did I see? What did I observe? Is that subconsciously, and this happens, it's like, it doesn't make you a bad person if you do this, because I feel like this just happens naturally. I feel like if you're not aware or conscious, and if you don't put in the work in life to choose better, negativity and a bad life is the easiest path. It's like a natural spiral. And I feel like good things and positivity is really something you got to work towards. It's really, you have to choose that. That's a choice. But negativity is like the baseline. If we came with like factory settings, negativity and a downward spiral would be the factory settings. And if we want to really go to a higher level, I feel like that's really something we have to choose. So yes, there will be moments when maybe we are a little bit more disconnected, or we are just going through life and this happens, that we might not listen to our own needs, not listen to our own emotions, and subconsciously be projecting our needs and our desires for other people, our expectations onto other people. And in that way, we might be burdening other people. We might be creating friction. We might be hurting relationships. We are so focused on what we are not giving or receiving from other people that we don't realize the ways in which we're not showing up for ourselves, that we don't realize that we're not taking the time to be honest with ourselves and be righteous and do what is right for us. Because other people cannot read your mind. Other people are not you, are not living your path, are also not meant to be in your life forever. They're not responsible for your emotions. And the sooner that we can accept that, the sooner that we can face that harsh truth, which can feel very harsh sometimes, especially if you're a person that has a hard time forgiving themselves. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to sometimes go through life unknowingly. It's okay. We can always learn from that. And I feel like taking back that responsibility and taking back the control really brings an emotional balance. And that allows you to navigate relationships, friendships, partnerships in such a more hopeful and respectful way, which is very beautiful, which is very necessary for me, because this is when you also give the freedom to people to do what they feel is right for them without the need to control them. I really feel, and that is, I've been on this journey of learning love, right? As I don't know why I do this, because I've been literally learning so much. I don't know how I'm gonna bring this out, because it could be a book, it could be a movie. Like, I don't fucking know. I just realized that a lot of people think that control is love. And I just completely do not agree with that. And it's been a very interesting thing, but we'll talk about it another time. But sometimes you also have to be okay with being the bad guy, doing what is right for you, even when people will not understand, and just pray that one day, whenever they will, no, not even one day, you know what? People don't change. It's okay. Except being the bad guy. Sometimes you just protect your peace, you focus on yourself. And as long as you know that you are standing up for yourself, you are showing up for yourself, that's all you can do. At the end of the day, it's you, yourself, and you. That's better with me, myself, and I, but whatever. It's you, yourself, and die. And the last thing about that is one of the most beautiful things that I realize is that the relationships that last the longest and the people that we appreciate the most wholesome relationships with the most love, is the ones that we love without the need to control. It's seeing people for who they are. It's not trying to mold them in a certain vision, not put expectations when we don't even know what they want for themselves. We are so fast to project our own ideas of who people should be and what place they should fill in our own lives, without even bringing up the curiosity or even getting to know a person and wondering what do they want for themselves. We think that our desires are so much more important than what other people need or want. And that's a kind of selfish way of going about life, in my opinion, in my very, very humble opinion. So yeah, it's the people that you got to know and you had no expectations, and you just see them and you appreciate them. And then a lot of the times, whenever paths are supposed to cross, they will again whenever they're supposed to. Whenever we're supposed to let go, we let go. And you can always, love is something that you carry even in distance. In the most beautiful relationships, distance and time does not matter, because you're not trying to control how they fit into your life. You just appreciate them for who they are, as they are, whenever, however, as they change as well. So yeah, live for you first. The right people will love you. The right people will find you. The right people will respect you. And the right people will not switch up on you. The right people will find you. Trust in that. But in order to find the right people, start by being the right person for yourself. Choose yourself. Do what's right for you. Only then you can know who is right for you. Okay? That was the topic for today. Really hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week whenever you're watching this, or weekend. It's the holidays for you. Happy Easter, and see you next time.